I am now recording. This is the
Hello, cool skunks and skittles. En die moet ik onthouden. En die is goed. This is very good.
Yes, this is great. Alrighty then. So, Elvakri.
Yeah.
I am totally not about to murder you. So,
Please
for background purposes, in case we upload this, because I don't know if we will. This is pretty much just you and me having a fun little interaction as Elvakri was captured in the stream before this, technically, by Arren after the beautiful, beautiful execution of the conversation between Shiloh and him.
I was very good.
Yes, you did great.
Very good.
So, couple of ground rules for this. If I upload this, there's a very good chance that I'm gonna start this off with a content warning. Because you are currently captured by an evil character, which means that there is a decent chance that we are going to go into more serious and tortury business. So, for people who are watching this, if you can't handle this, we will probably, in some way, shape, or form, insert this into the story. You don't have to watch this. This is just if you want the full conversation so that we have it. Same goes for you, Jonas. If at any point in time this is too much for you, just tell me to stop and we'll stop. Just, okay? So you know.
I can't handle this.
Well, I know. I'm also not going to go very into detail on these things because I'm not that good with torture myself, personally. So I'm not going to go heavily into detail, but this is this is like James Bond getting captured by the villain. There's a little bit of it that you see. It's not very in-depth or anything, but, it has to be there because, bad guy, good guy, stuff like that. So that is one thing. The second thing that I'm going to mention before we start this, for people interested, I am going to be using Corpus Malicious for this, which is a book that I got off of a Kickstarter. I remember. I need to check who made this. DRS Publishing. Published it, at least. I don't know who wrote it. Just look it up on Google to find it out. There's torture rules in there. They have a couple of cool things in there. So, but I'm going to be using very specific parts that I don't get to pull out too often. I pulled it out once because Yella is way too enthusiastic about those rules. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm not.
I know. Important thing. The one important thing that I'm going to need to know is, what is your Constitution score?
You mean full?
Yeah, just the score. So not the
14.
modifier. 14. Okay, cool. Because that's going to get pretty important in a minute. So, now to the actual story. So, Elvakri. First of all, the last thing you remember is you standing in the house, seemingly invisible. You see Arren kind of put his hands to his eyes, dot them, look at you as if now he actually sees who's in the room. At that point, you have a split second where the two of you seem to look at each other, meet eyes, at which point he disappears. You look around and you're just in time to see him take out a greatsword, which is booming with energy, which is a little purple in color, and he just slams it against you, and you get slammed through a wall, at which point everything goes dark. This takes a while. You're going to be unconscious for a pretty serious amount of time. You even have the feeling that there's a couple of moments where you open up your eyes and you just get knocked back unconscious just to keep you unconscious for a little longer. But in between that time, first of all, there's something strange that happens. You're not sure if this happened really, or if this is just a dream or whatever, but at a certain point in time, you look around and you're at a lake. Mm-hmm. And you recognize this lake. You've been here before, or have you? Yeah, you have. No, wait. Have you? Maybe. I don't know. It's a lake. It's wet. It's water.
Mm-hmm.
And you look around for a couple of minutes and you're like, what the hell? And every now and again you see like this green flash, black flash, other colors. You're not really sure what's going on. And you're not sure if it takes 5 seconds or 5 days, but you're here, looking around. And after what seems like an eternity, all of a sudden you hear... And at first you're not really able to place the sound. You're kind of, what is this? What's going on? And you look around again. At which point you notice that a person is walking towards you, stepping on the water. But every single time their foot touches the water, it freezes. Freezes. And he comes towards you. You try to take a better look, but you don't immediately... You can't really put a face to it. Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Nice. 7.
Nice!
This
7.
Is bad dice.
Boom!
I want another one.
7. Pro. The figure comes closer and closer. And as they get like a couple of feet away from you, you look up and you just see like the face seemingly being blurred. It's almost as if someone took like a picture of someone and, you know, on purpose blurred out the face. That's what it looks like. You can't really put a face to it. At which point, you all of a sudden feel as if, well, not as if, you literally feel a bucket of water being tossed over you, at which point you open up your eyes and you're in a dark room. And the face that was now blurred, as you look up, you all of a sudden see that it's been replaced by a face that you know very well. That of Lord Arren, who's looking over you. Ah, welcome back. I wasn't sure you were among the living anymore.
Am I gagged? Or...
You are not.
Okay, I look to him and say, "Oh, well, hello, bastard."
Aww. Is that a way to greet an old friend? Come on.
I'm not sure you're my friend. More like my... Let me say, friend me.
I'll take that for now. And, you know, now that you've been able to come to yourself for a couple of seconds, you look around. You're in a very dark room. But not necessarily dark because the entire room is like, you know, dark, apart from the fact that there is no light, but mostly because you also have like this little window with like bars in front of it behind you that you can kind of look out, and you see that the sky has turned completely dark at this point. If you would guess, you'd guess it'd be like midnight to 1. With your blood hunter abilities, you'd be able to make like a rough estimate at this point. And as you look around, there's a couple of additional things that you notice. So you've seen Lord Arren standing in front of you. You notice that you are tied down to a wooden chair. The arms are bound behind the chair. Your legs are bound to its legs. So you can't really move much. You can like wiggle a little, but that's pretty much it. And as you look around Sorry, what?
Do I see any window or just darkness?
To the left, there's like the one with the bars, and then you also get the inch that like behind you there might also be like a small window from like maybe a little gust of wind that comes back. And
is it also with bars, or
you can't actually tell because you can't like turn your head like 100 like 180 degrees, so you can't really tell. In addition to Arren, you also notice that there is another character there. And as you look at them, there's like a small, very old gnome who stands there, kind of like on 2 feet, kind of like, almost like, like the ridge, like, his back's higher than his head is. I'm completely spacing on the word. Like the Notre Dame
Hunchback.
kids movie. Hunchback. Thank you.
Hunchback.
Thank you. You're perfect. Thank you, sir. You get a bullshit point from me.
Yes.
Sure. Here, have a second bullshit point. So, and pretty much like at first the gnome's just like working, and the moment you like look at this person, they look back at you and they smile, and you actually see how like half the teeth are missing and the other ones are like rotten. It's like, and then like goes back, looks at like a small table in front of him. The thing is, however ugly the person might be, the tools on the table kind of draw your attention just a little more, as you see several, well, you know what I mean, torturing implements, which I'm not going to describe in detail because I don't feel like it. But there's pretty much like a decent table full of them, and the gnome just like smiles at you, goes back to like cleaning a couple of them, puts them like in the right place. He seems to be really taken by his own tools. At which point,
to Arren, who's your little friend there?
Well, he is an associate of mine. I have a deal with him. Every now and again, I allow him to have some fun.
Ooh, I like fun.
So do I. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you understand. Regardless, of course, the problem is his fun is more of a two-player game, you could say. Mm-hmm. And I tend to pick and choose who the second player gets to be. Not everybody enjoys the same games. You know how that is, right? Some people like to gamble. Some people like to, I don't know, shoot a ball into a net. Doesn't really matter. Regardless. Do you know why you're here? Out of sheer curiosity.
I'm not. The last thing I remember is you hitting me with a sword, and now I'm here. So,
and I am really sorry about that. Really.
You're not.
Honestly, it was kind of fun. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Regardless. Well, let me explain. As you know, I am a businessman. I pay people to do things. I get paid to do things. I sell. I buy. It's pretty much what the Damai family raised me to do. Here's the thing. Because of that, I know the value of making deals. So, you're here to make a deal with me. Terms of the deal are very simple. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You're going to answer them. And if you do, I will make sure that my friend over here has someone else to play with. Otherwise, well, you can probably finish that sentence.
Wait, what's the word again? No.
Yeah. At first they all say that. It's really weird. Anyway, and he goes to the side of the room, picks up a chair, puts it in front of you, sits down, crosses his legs. All right. Well, let's begin, shall we? First question that I'm going to ask you, you are completely free to answer or not. Who is Shiloh to you?
My mistress.
Your mistress. She a good mistress?
A very good mistress.
So you work for her?
Yes.
So she is nobility then?
She's what?
She is nobility then? From noble heritage.
Oh, yes. Do
you know anything about her noble heritage?
No. I just work for her. She paid me money. I do things for her. I make food. That's kind of things.
What about the other three? The ranger, the wizard, and the whatever the fuck the last one is.
The chicken fillet.
Yes, that one. Is that actually his name?
Yes.
Good to know. So they're also servants of Miss Shiloh then?
I only know the chicken fillet. The other ones, I don't know. I don't know anything about a ranger or wizard. Say me nothing.
Recent additions then?
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
Shit.
Had to happen at some point.
Deception. Okay, so what the heck? No, I'm not. 5.
5.
Fuck.
I mean, I'm gonna roll just for funsies, but you know. Yeah. Well, that's a 50. He looks at you and he's like,
so he believes me.
Definitely. He looks at you and he's like, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. What's your name again?
Wait. My name is Margaret.
Margaret. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I never really... Well, never's a strong word. I don't really believe Shiloh's that much of a noble, and you people seem like too much of like loose cannons to be servants. So I'm going to give you one chance to recant your story, or I am going to get my next appointment.
Okay. What's your next appointment?
Actually, I have a delicious bottle of wine from a couple of hundred years ago, which we've been keeping cold, and I figured I'd indulge myself.
That's nice. Very nice. You know what? I hope you choke about it. On it. Wait, what?
You hope I choke on it.
I hope choke on it. Yes, I hope you choke on it.
All right. Well, my friend, enjoy yourself. And you see Arren leave, at which point you see the gnome kind of like... and he just like starts looking through his tools.
I get a little bit scary.
like picks up one. And it's like this long stick that you usually tend to like poke into like a fire hearth with.
Oh, yes.
And you're like, and he like moves it towards you, and he like just like first slids it around over your neck for a second. At which point he casts something, and you see the tip flare up. And I'm not going to describe the rest because, yeah. So, this is the first check that we're going to do. So, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12.
12. All right. He is going to make Hold on a second. That would be... technically, that'd be... Yeah, okay. It's cocked. His would be a 16. So he wins. So, a physical torture session takes 1 hour, which we're gonna speed up. And because he specifically uses this type of torture, you currently technically have 1 hit point. You take 4 points of fire damage, so you drop back to unconsciousness during. And you lose 1 point of constitution.
Oh shit.
So your constitution goes down from a 14 to a 13.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that 1 point is also lingering. So it's from the lingering damage rules.
Okay.
So because your constitution goes down from a 14 to a 13, your constitution modifier now becomes a +1, which means you also lose 4 maximum hit points.
Oh god. Okay.
So after, a little bit, you fall unconscious, go into unconsciousness. And again, you're again at this lake. But this time you're inside the lake.
Okay.
And you look around, and for a second there, it's like you're just, you're in water. I mean, but it hurts. Really hurts. Fuck, this hurts. And then you look down and you see how the water itself has gotten a red-orange color. And you see how, from you, it seems to be turning into molten lava for a couple of seconds. At which point, again, or not this time. This time, you actually wake up as you see Arren with his hand on your shoulder. And you actually notice a little bit of, a golden glow coming from his hand. As he returns his hand, sits back down. You pretty quickly, because you've seen Shiloh do this as well, you quickly realize that he gave you a hit point with lay on hands.
Okay, so I have 1 hit point back.
You have 1 hit point again. Yay!
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Hello, Margaret.
Well, hello, bastards. How was the wine?
Pretty good, although I must say I'm a little disappointed. Didn't have the oomph that I expected it would. So, just for completionist's sake, let's say, are you planning on changing your story right now, or?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Sure.
You have more questions?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay.
I have a couple of minutes before my next appointment, so don't worry about it.
Another glass of wine. Okay.
No, this was actually with a rather lavish mistress. But don't tell my wife that I don't have, so don't worry about it. Regardless, we've talked about your relationship to your mistress. So maybe let's talk a little bit about your relationship to, me. Right?
Okay.
So the first time I met your mistress was at the feast, as far as I can remember. You're allowed to tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Wasn't there?
You were at the feast. Pretty sure you were.
Was I?
Yeah, it's the feast with the dumb eye, and pretty much
Oh,
okay.
I'm playing.
Sorry, for a second I thought it was you. No, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, lying about that isn't going to matter, Margaret. Margaret. Such a pretty name. Who gave that to you? I'm assuming your parents. That's a dumb question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It could be an alias. Who says my real name is Arren, right?
What's your real name then?
You tell me and I'll tell you. How about that?
I'm telling my real name.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Regardless, back on track. Your mistress, right, came to a feast of the Damai and the Armas family.
Yeah. She told me about that, yeah.
Served chicken, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Your friend got lucky he wasn't served. Regardless, my question, I'm quite sure she wasn't on the list of that feast. I actually researched it. So she broke in. Now, honestly, I really don't care. If I cared about that, for crying out loud, I would have had to kill half the city at this point. However, I'm curious as to why. Why would someone like your mistress have to show up to a feast like this?
Out of character. Do I know why she was there?
To get information on the assault.
Sure. I wasn't there that session, so.
All right, true. Yeah, no. This was right after you'd done the quest for the Misserii, and you were trying to get different leads on like the attack that had happened at the start of the campaign, pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, so he asks you like, why were you there, or why was she there? Let's say.
I don't know. She likes good noble feasts. Maybe that was the reason she was there, to have a good party. I don't question my mistress, her, how do you say that? Motives, yes.
Understandable. So, it had nothing to do with me and all the Primarex, then, I'm assuming. Just, there's a party, I feel like nobility, let's go.
Wait. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a noble family with half-orcs or orcs?
Well, the Primarex is an orc.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that one. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Make a deception check. 14? I'm going to roll. He looks at you. Okay. I can see that. Alright. I don't know if you're speaking the truth, but... Well, it seems like the flames have loosened your tongue at least a little. Perfect. Well, alright. Well, so that's your relationship to me. Right? Or at least the start of a relationship. So let's move on. Right? We've had your conversation with us. Now, of course, a little later down the line, we have our little chat, me and your mistress. And she asks me to get her something, to get her connections, let's say. Now, the thing is, right, in order to do so, she has to do something for me. Now, I know that she did that pretty well, actually. It was really well done. I have to say that. It was very impressive. But here's the thing. My question is, why did she need the meeting? And, well, did that meeting ever happen? What was discussed? Just, what can you tell me about that?
Have no fucking clue about why she wants the connections.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can get that. You weren't there during the meeting then? Did she tell you about the meeting?
I'm a servant. Do you tell your servants everything you do?
I don't, but I'm still not really sold on the idea of you being a servant, to be honest.
She didn't tell me anything about it.
Okay. Make another deception check.
An 8.
22. I think I win this one.
Yeah, was on track.
You know, now you're getting me to start doubting the previous part of your answer too. What do I do with you? You just hear like a small laugh from the side.
Let me go, and I promise I don't tell anybody about this. How do you think about that?
Aw, so cute. You think I give a shit?
You have a heart? Look at your heart!
Just like... Well, that's honestly telling me that I need to indulge my servants a little bit. Well, anyway, as I said, I have another appointment again, so I will be seeing you again soon.
Have a nice meeting then.
Yes, thank you. Have a nice... Well, whatever the hell this is. Walks off.
Play?
Foreplay!
I
okay.
have been worse than this.
Yeah. So
bring it on.
We're just gonna do the same thing as we did previously. So make a Constitution saving throw with the +1 only instead of a +2.
10.
10.
What other dice?
I rolled a 9.
A 9?
I rolled a 9. So I do need to check one thing that I'm not 100% sure about. So give me a second.
Sorry about that.
If the... Oh, yeah, okay. So you don't lose anything this time because you succeeded. And your Constitution score right now is your modifier is a +1 right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you pretty much during this, like you've had this before, right? This is the second time this has happened to you right now. You're kind of like the dude the gnome who's doing this to you. He's like very fond of doing the same thing over and over again. So you're used to this at this point, and you're like, yeah, no, you've burnt those spots already. I mean, I barely have any feeling in those anymore. So it doesn't really seem to work out as much, which means you get an hour. So after the hour of torture, you get an hour of resilience to it. If you ever get 3 of those, you actually get a day of resilience to it. And resilience pretty much means that torture isn't really as effective on you anymore. So kind of like he keeps prodding you. I do think you still take the damage, so you do still go unconscious.
Can I say before I fell unconscious, I have been doing worse things, so hit me with your best thing.
Sure. You can definitely do that.
Okay.
So you take... This time you take 11 points of fire damage.
So
drop back unconscious. But you do notice that when you say that, the gnome's like... Huh? It like walks off. I'm actually gonna quickly roll a d4. Okay. So again, you go into this unconscious state, and again you're in the lake, and this time you're kind of like on this small rowboat that's like on the river itself, And you're sitting there, and you feel sore, right? You still feel where you've been hit, so to speak. So you still feel all of that. But it doesn't feel as painful anymore. Honestly, it even feels kind of comforting in a way.
Mm.
And at a certain point in time, you just like you put your hand into the water, and you actually notice how the water starts to like go across your hand, go towards the wounds, and you actually start to feel like the wounds are even getting like, I don't know, just numbed a little bit, and the pain doesn't feel as intense as it did last time where you were literally in this pool of lava.
Yeah.
It feels pretty soothing, and you just sit there for a couple of hours. Just looking at the boat, like looking at the water slosh. You hear the sounds of the waves. The boat seems to move a little bit to one side, go back to another. It's like a soft breeze that pushes you away a little bit, then pushes you back. It's actually very soothing.
I like.
At which point, this time, a lot more gently, you're kind of like pulled out. And again, you see Arren's hand on your shoulder. Huh. Well, seems like we're going to need the big tools next time.
The big tools?
Don't worry about it. If you answer, you don't have to worry about this now, do you?
Didn't I answer anything you say? So.
You answered everything perfectly. Perfectly well for my friend to have his fun. So, anyway. So where were we in our little conversation? And you actually see that instead of like the armor that he had on before, he actually is wearing a nightgown right now. Like, you know, he just went to sleep for a little bit or something, or had some nighttime fun, I guess. Whatever you want to say. He sits down. So, where were we? Right. You are a servant of Miss Shiloh. You, well, you know, went to the feast. And you had this interesting conversation with the coin maker. Alright. Regardless. So, you know, just to continue on a little bit, right? Here's kind of the important part that I want to discuss. So, yesterday, technically, because it's past midnight at this point, your mistress probably had some fun. I don't know. Did some things. But for some weird reason, it seems like she's connected to something that happened at the Guardians of Dea. Now, the Guardians and me, weirdo temple organization that seems to think that the gods will return. Literally isn't
people.
Oh, you should know. But the thing is, the Guardians of Dea and us aren't really on the best of terms. We have very diversified opinions, right? You know, they think that the gods are the way to get out of this. We personally believe that, you know, we should use the demon's strength against them. Which, in their eyes, apparently makes us, could you believe it, evil. Although I am torturing someone right now, I probably fit the category better than they do. But regardless. The end justifies the means. Regardless, not the thing we're talking about. The thing I would like to talk about, however, is your mistress seems to be in some way connected to, well, the Guardians of Day are kind of going off their rocker. It's bloody insane. What do you know about that? What do you know about the situation with the Guardians?
I don't know anything about that. I was at home cooking a fresh meal with potatoes, turkey, you know, the basic stuff.
And where was your mistress in this time?
She was on a mission, they say. She said.
On a mission, but she didn't specify then, I'm assuming.
Again, I'm a servant. She tell me nothing. She's like, clean the house, make meal for me. Yeah.
She's that bossy.
Yeah.
Why do you still work for her?
Because I like her.
So she's bossy, but you like her.
Yeah, she had something, likable.
I can see that. I can see that. Here's the thing, though. I still don't buy this. What is it? Friendship? Or no, I do buy the friendship. I still don't buy this. Well, servant master deal that you have going on. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I could force the answers out of you, but I would be so much happier if you just told me. I don't want to do this to you, really. Honestly, I think you and I could be a really good pair. Not in that way, but
Okay, I'm gonna be bloody honest.
Mm-hmm.
She once saved me from a great evil. And from that day, I follow her. And everything she needs.
Great evil. Okay. What was this evil?
Okay. I don't remember.
So
it was a giant monster, blue eyes, kind of horny thing, big tail, that shit.
Okay. So she saved you from this creature, and because of that, you follow her. It's a very convincing story, at least. It's just a small problem. The fact that she saved you doesn't explain the other three.
I don't know anything about the other three. The chicken
I thought
fillet
you knew chicken fillet
came short after me.
Shortly after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard these rumors. He makes the best chickens ever.
Oh, and that's why they call him chicken fillet.
Exactly.
Ah, very, very interesting. Make a deception check. Really? They call him chicken fillet because he makes chicken. You motherfucker. Oh, God. What'd you roll?
100 ISIS. I hate this.
I'm gonna roll. I also rolled a 3, but my bonus is higher.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, it is. He looks at you. Elvakri. No, sorry. Margaret.
Margaret Blanchett. Yeah.
You like to cook, right?
Yeah.
What are you, left-handed, right-handed?
Right-handed. Why?
And he kind of turns around. Don't think she'll miss her left hand. You walk
No!
off.
No! Okay, I'm starting to freak a little bit.
He's walking away right now. It's your call what you want to do.
No. Shit. No, I just start to scream against him.
It's okay.
I start to say, I tell you the whole truth. Just let me go, you freak.
At that point, I'm quickly going to do one thing. But I need to look something up quickly. If it loads.
Okay.
It's loading. Hold on a second.
A little bit scared.
The moment you start screaming at him, he just stops, turns around, moves his hand like this. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh. Remind me about something.
Okay. Oh, you have advantage on those, right?
Yeah, it's both 16.
16 total, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't beat his DC, actually. So he turns around, he moves his hands towards you, and you feel like a dagger is being pushed into your mind. Like, just drilled. Like, someone is literally taking a drill and just but like right directly into your brain as he just looks at you. And, I mean, to be fair, you take...
At least 1 point.
Actually, roll pretty shitty on that. Take 10 points of psychic damage. Which no, you're not resistant to, right? Are you resistant to that?
I'm gonna quickly look that up. Because I think...
Kalashsters are resistant to psychic, right?
Advantage on wisdom. I'm gonna quickly look. Because I think I remind me.
I will, in the meantime, look that up as well. Yes, you have resistance to psychic damage.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's why Kalashtar bear barbarians are broken.
Okay.
So you don't feel it as badly because you have a dual mind. But you still feel the pain of this and you still drop unconscious from it for a second. At which point, like literally a couple of moments after you've dropped unconscious and completely disappeared. Oh, there you are. And you drop unconscious to the floor. You immediately just feel wham, him just slamming you in your face. You see how his hand again kind of glows, and this is just a really angry way of him giving you a hit point again. What did you want to do?
Before that, can I cast spells?
That depends on the spell.
Because he attacked me.
Hellish
Rebuke.
So
as a reaction, can I use Hellish Rebuke? Sorry.
What are the components for Hellish Rebuke? Is the question then. Verbal and somatic, so you'd need to be able to move. So at this point, you're kind of tied to a chair, so you wouldn't really be able to do that right now.
Damn it!
You're technically you're able to use spells that only use a verbal component because you do have your mouth to talk with, but that's the only thing. So he slams you. You get a hit point, so you're back awake, and this time you just see him standing in front of your face. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm getting kind of tired of this shit. So, either you tell me what I want to know or you lose your hand. Your call.
Okay. Tell me. What do you want to know?
What is your relationship to Shiloh?
She saved me.
And
I joined her.
So you're still going to stick with this mistress bullshit?
No, I'm not sticking with the mistress bullshit. Okay. We both have a sort of party with the chicken fillet.
Hmm.
And we are defeating every evil thing in the world.
Right. Better. Next up, what were you doing at the party?
I don't know.
You know what? I'll give you that one. Were you at the meeting with the underground organization that I led you to?
I was at home.
All right. Last chance. What happened with the Guardians of Dea?
Oh, God. Okay. I was there. I was there in Dea.
All right. And?
Shadow told us about a great heist.
Okay. And?
She wants to infiltrate into the Guardians of Dea to impress you.
Make a deception check.
Yes! 21!
Nice. To impress me. You know, why would she want to impress me?
Because he told me, and he did it in full discretion.
Discretion, yeah.
She had feelings for you. She saw you walking in relax, yeah, and on the street, and she was hit by something, and she figured out you gave a party. She infiltrated the party just to meet you because she had that one feeling. She fell in love with you and do everything to impress you. Everything.
Okay. So then why? After we had our little encounter, you and I,
Mm-hmm.
after I walked away, why did she promise she'd kill me?
Because you broke her heart, I guess. I'm her closest friend. And you just stabbed me. I was just trying. I was whisper her some romantic things she can do because she was unsure. She want a kiss that night. And she was unsure about her feelings. And she want to impress you and just let you have a little, how do you say it, calm moment that she just can strike.
Make another deception check. But I'll give you a free bullshit point.
Okay, I'm gonna use all the 3 bullshit points.
Okay, so you have a D8.
D8?
Yes.
6, 12. Where's the D8? Where's the D8? This? Yes. 16.
16?
Oh, wait, deception?
Yes.
Is that
Deception. That's charisma.
charisma? Then is it 18?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
All right. Sure. Thank you for the information.
He bite it?
You rolled a 13.
Oh, yes.
To be clear, he doesn't fully believe you because he did have a very, very hard conversation with Shiloh at the end.
Yeah, I know.
But honestly, you give a really good explanation for that.
I know.
I need to give you that one. And B, you succeeded on 2 really difficult deception checks. So, I mean, you know.
I was bullshitting.
I know. I'm completely aware. Why'd you think you got the bullshit points? Looks at you. I'm going to verify this.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Because it's late.
And you let me go now?
No. I didn't say that.
I thought we had a deal. I tell you some things and you let me go?
No, the deal was you tell me some things and I don't let my friend play with you.
So I'm still captured here.
Yes.
Fine. Cool.
But if your little mistress doesn't, attack me or wants to make amends, let's say, we'll have a discussion. One more small question. Why were you invisible next to her?
I told you that. I was whispering her romantic things. Romantic things.
And who made you invisible?
I'm a caster. I can cast spells.
You can make yourself invisible.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
I have a little friend who can do that.
So you can't do it?
No, my little friend can do it. He is, how do you say that? He's my real master.
Arren just steps up a little bit. I'm going to tell you one more thing before I leave. Your friend isn't as powerful as mine.
I doubt that. I have also friends from the other side.
Good. That'll make you interesting. Just be careful. Betting on horses can be a lot of fun. The problem is that usually a large portion of them are the wrong choice. And if you make the wrong choice, well, you just end up broken without anything. Unless, of course, like me, you cheat. And he walks away. Igor! Let's move.
Wait, his name is Igor?
Of course it is! Of course it is!
What?
Just you literally see the gnome kind of but I have others. just like starts packing up his things, just like.
Others? Okay.
It was nice meeting you, Margaret.
Same. Arren.
Closes the door. And you have been successfully interrogated?
And I didn't tell anything.
Well played. So I will take this into consideration on what Arren is gonna do now because I have no fucking clue. This turned out differently than I expected. I was like, I'm gonna kill Elvakri. That's not good. And it's like, oh yeah, no, you know, she has a crush on you. Oh fuck. Why'd you have to make those deception checks?
I don't know.
You know. Anyway. Alright, but then. Anyway. So you do have 1 point of constitution damage right now, which is going to stick until you get a safe long rest. So I will tell you when that is. It's not now. It's not now. You will, however, in this chair probably get a long rest, so you'll get back, you know, hit points, all that stuff after a little while. And then for the rest, we'll have to see what I'm going to do with you. I have an idea, don't worry about it, but, you know. And then during the session, and then during the next stream, you can play your other character for minutes. So, anyway, with that, I'm going to cut this video here, because I think I have everything I need.
I think also.
Alright, cool. So, anything else you want to say to the people that may watch this at some point? Yes?
Stay safe and be like Elvakri. Push it your way out into anything.
Okay. So, but that is a story for next time. Bye.
Bye.